What up, Facebook? I was having issues with the phone. I was saying they were saying it was no sound and it was sideways. So I got on a laptop, got a little bit better lighting. But I want to start over. For you that don't know, my name is Andre. I am the owner of Quality Lawn Care Cares and Fencing QLCC. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about your grass. Have you guys ever in the summertime ride down the street or go in your neighborhood and you see those people with that beautiful, nice green grass and wonder, like, what do they do? Like, how do I get my grass green? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you 5 tips on getting your grass green for 2020 season. I wrote them down. I'm going to go over them. So the first one is going to be pre-emergence. Pre-emergence is exactly what it sounds like. It's pre-emergence. So it kills the weeds before they emerge. It has like a chemical reaction that is kills the weeds before they actually born. It kills the weeds seeds. So you can get it from your local Home Depot. You can get it from your local Lowe's. It's like Figaro, Scott's, all different kinds in there. It's not expensive. The best time to actually put down pre-emergence is in mid-February. So when you guys are going to get the chocolates for Valentine's Day, pick you up a bag of that pre-emergence too. So pre-emergent, it kills the weed spores, so they never actually get a chance to take root. The second thing is going to be aerating. I'm not sure if you ever guys seen like a tractor and you guys see that big old thing with the spikes on it and you see it rolling behind the tractor and it's putting holes in the ground. So what happens is your grass gets compact from you walking on it, from you cutting the grass, the lawnmower being on it, from rain being on it, from just all the stuff being on top of it. It gets compact. So the soil doesn't actually get the nutrients that it needs. So when you get that aerator, it's weighted, it has about 6-inch spikes on it. It actually pokes a hole in the ground, creates like a pore, an opening for it, pulls it out, and now all the nutrients and everything can get into the grass that's needed for it and actually treats the soil so you can start getting the pre-emergence and all the things that you put out into the grass and into the soil. So there are different times of the year to put down or to do aerating. So it depends on what type of grass you have, because you got different types. You got your zoysia, you got your Bermuda, and you got a couple other different ones. So you actually need to know what type of grass you have, or you can call me. I come out there and I will let you know. And when is the best time to actually do the aerating? So the third one is fertilizer. Well, most of you know fertilizer because that's all they, you go on a Home Depot commercial to tell you fertilize, fertilize, fertilize. But there is a certain type of fertilizer you need for the certain type of grass that you need. So there are 3 things in fertilizer. It's what they call NPK. So it's nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. All of them do a different thing that grass is essential, but you'll see the 3 numbers. You'll see 10, 10, 10, or 13, 8, and 2. So depending on what type of grass you got, that's kind of going to dictate what you need to put down. Once again, you can put this down different times of the year, but it depends on the type of grass that you do have. I will do a later video explaining some of that. I'll do a video explaining maybe what type of grass you have. Some people probably just got a little bit of everything in the yard, so you kind of got to aerate and overseed and get it to looking good. It's a bit of a process. That's why we call QLCC. We'll come and take care of it for you. But just some tips that maybe if you want to try and get out there and do it yourself. But your fertilizer is another one. The fourth one is going to be mulching. I know there's a lot of people out there who's like, I want my stuff bagged. I want my stuff, clippings put in the bag, and I want it thrown away. Mulching is good for the grass. Back to Lion King, when it's like everything is a circle, when it dies and goes back. So those grass clippings actually has those nutrients from the fertilizer that you put in there. So you actually want to mulch that, and they're just on your lawnmower blade. There's a different type of blade that's on the lawnmower. It has like slits in it, and it's curved. And what happens is that mulching, it recuts the grass again. So it doesn't just cut it and discharge it. It actually keeps it in there, cuts it over and over again to small pieces, leaves it in the ground to which you can't see it, and it actually feeds the ground again. It's almost like refertilizing the ground because you're putting the nutrients back into the grass and the ground. So, and the last one, of course, is watering. So your grass needs water. So I recommend, depending on what type of grass you have and what area you're in, down in the South, basically 2 times a day. In the morning before the sun rises, about, depending on where it's at, 7 or 8 o'clock, and in the evening around the same time, um, in the summer when the grass is growing. So what I recommend is to get 1 inch. And the trick that I use to try to get 1 inch in each particular area is I get a tuna can. So a tuna can is 1 inch deep. Put it over in that area, spray water in that particular area, circle it back and forth, or if you got a sprinkler, until that tuna can fills up to 1 inch. You know that that area over there has gotten 1 inch or 1 inch of water in that area. You don't want to water too much because that's when you get fungus and you'll get all kind of diseases from watering too much in your grass. So you want just the right much. And this is for established grass. So if you got new grass, or if you don't plant it, you don't overseed it and things like that, or you got new growth, then of course you're probably going to apply a little bit more water. But for your established grass and you're just trying to feed it and get those nutrients to soak in the soil, you actually want to get that tuna can. So just move it to different areas, maybe in 3 phases, right, left, front. Let it get 1 inch. It might take you 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. You got a sprinkler and you got a timer, that's even better. Just, you can go out there and figure out how long it takes for one area to get 1 inch of tuna, and then set your timer to that. So set my timer at 7 o'clock in the morning. It takes 10 minutes in this area. You got sprinklers or whatever, and then boom, boom, boom. There you have it. You're getting your water and you are feeding your grass. So those are the 5 tips to getting your grass green this year. Pre-emergence, I want to put that out mid-February, is going to kill those weed spores. Aerating is going to actually open up your grass. It's going to take those plugs out, and so the grass can actually breathe and get the soil that it needs. Fertilizing, you want to figure out what type of grass you have and when the best time to put it out. Generally, I'll say about April, around about April, when you got a little bit of water coming in, April, May, because you have like a spring fertilizer, and those numbers kick in, that 10-10-10, that phosphorus, that nitrate, and that potassium. Then you have a summertime and you actually have a fall time to put those fertilizers out. So then you have your mulch, and that pretty much falls on whoever's cutting the grass. If your lawn man is doing it, QLCC, we mulch. We typically don't bag. I tell the clients, I try to let them know what's better for the grass, and we typically don't mulch. And when you mulch it up, you won't see it. So it's not like we're just leaving grass clippings all over the grass and making it look nasty. It mulches it up so small that you don't even see it, and you're actually doing your grass some justice and making it look good. And then water. So that's going to fall, mostly on the client. We'll sit down, we explain to you how to set it up. I can advise and maybe set up a sprinkler system for you as far as just the basic and do the timing for you, but that's gonna fall back a little bit on the client because we can't come and water everybody's grass. But it's very easy to do. If you take a little bit of time, put a little bit of effort into it, go out there and water the grass. And evening and morning, 1 inch, make your grass look green. So those are the 5 tips to making your grass greener for this 2020 spring and summer season. So if you got any questions, or if you want QLCC to come out there and do it for you, give us a call. We will come out there, give you a free quote, give you an estimate, and we will start the process of making your grass look green this season. You guys have a beautiful and blessed evening.